What's up, guys? My name is Jamar, and this is another Media Junkie video. This one here is going to be a series that I think I'm going to take on myself and do a Tech Essential series. Now, with the Tech Essential series, I'm just basically coming up with things that I think are super important for your piece of tech that you may own. For example, this video is going to be about the Switch, and I have 5 things that I think, one man opinion, are essential to the Switch. So with that said, let's get started. Number 5, a glass screen shield. I'm going to put my fingerprints on here so you can see that I have the glass screen shield on here. What this thing is basically a sheet of glass, of course, that goes on top of your screen. Now, you've seen these before, I'm sure, for phones, tablets, and other products. For me, this is essential because the Nintendo Switch has a plastic screen. Now, I'm not saying plastic screen is bad, but I'm just saying it probably is going to scratch. Actually, it will scratch. And even with the issue that we had earlier on, which I think may be gone, but when you slide your Switch into the dock, you can actually scratch the screen just from that. So just to avoid anything, I don't want you to have a beautiful Nintendo Switch with a scratch on the side or something crazy like that. So do a glass screen shield. The coolest thing about it is it's only $7 and it comes 2 in a pack. So when you share this video with your friend who just got a Nintendo Switch, you can also give them that screenshot with it. It just, I love it. I'm going to touch it some more. All right, so number 4. This one here I think is super important if you're a person or you're a gamer like me. There's 2 types of people who own a Switch. That's the person who buys all their games on cartridge. One, because you can get 20% off if you pre-order the game or if you buy it at Best Buy with Gamers Online. That's not a bad deal. But then there's also the person who just buys everything digital. That's me. Digital is just because I like to have everything with me no matter what. And I'm lazy. I don't like to open the flap and rechange the games, and it's just too much for me. So I like to have everything digital. Now, if you are a digital player like me, or you're a digital player, if you're living the digital life with your gaming system, i.e. the Switch or PlayStation 4 or other things like that, you're going to need a ton of space because these games are large. Well, some of them are, some of them aren't. NBA Playgrounds, I'm talking to you guys. Why is the game so big? It's larger than like 90% of the games I have for my Switch. That's a different story. I'm going to let that go. Anyways, my SD card I purchased is 128 gigs. Now, 128 gigs is quite a bit of storage. And the reason I did that is just because I don't plan on updating this anytime soon. At least I sure hope I don't have to. 128 gigs. I'll pull this up real quick if I can get into my Switch. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I have 14 games that are on the memory card alone, and I have 84 gigs of storage available. So what that tells you is that you can fit a lot of games on a 128 gig memory card that only cost me $30. Now, I picked it up when it was Amazon Prime Day, so it may be a little bit higher now. I think the last time I checked, it was like 45. So still not crazy, but I'm sure you can find a better deal out there. A quick thing for the SD cards, buying a higher class or higher speed SD card really isn't that important for the Switch. There was some tests that were done early on that shows that it reads at about the exact same time. So you're not going to get much improved load screens or load times if you have a faster size or a faster card. So what that means is don't spend a ton of money on it. Just make sure something's name brand because you don't want it to fail on you, and then have to re-download all your games. It's just, you don't want those problems. So at least spend like 30 to 40 bucks or get yourself something nice. Now, with that said, I'm not going to exclude all the people out there who are like a physical, like media type of person and you want that cartridge because cartridges are cool. So what I did is I went ahead and did a substitution for the SD card. You can get yourself a travel case. Now, the travel case I would personally buy if I had all my games with me, on cartridge would be the sweet one from Breath of the Wild. It was a Sheikah slate. It was blue. It had the drawings and everything on it. It looks awesome. It actually, I think it holds up to like 15 to 20 cards or cartridges. Don't quote me on that. It could be less. It could be more. But that to me is super convenient. Plus you have padding and protection for your Switch itself. So SD card or travel case. Number 4, essential. Now number 3 here With context is gonna without context is gonna sound weird, but I actually went with a portable battery charger. The one I have here was actually made for a Galaxy S7. It supported the fast charging from Samsung. I use this puppy and it allows me to charge my Switch and play my games at the exact same time while gaining battery life. So what I've seen with other portable chargers, so you have to be careful, is that you could charge it, sure, but it's just going to decrease the speed and how fast it dies. Now what that basically means is you can play it, but it's also dying. It's just slowly decreasing the inevitable, whereas with this guy here, it actually gives you battery life. So that's a bonus. Now if you are looking for something to charge your get a battery charger, don't get this one, because I can't necessarily guarantee the same results, and there's like 10 different types of Samsung battery chargers. So what I would suggest is go on Amazon, type in Ravpower battery charger. They have one that's like 26 or 22,000 milliamps for $40. This thing here, I don't even want to tell you how much I paid for this, and it's only 10,000 milliamps. So go for that one there. Now, that of course is a portable option. If you use your Switch mostly at home and you'll use it in handheld while you're in the house, just do yourself a favor, save the money and get yourself an extra wall charger. Even still, this is kind of a cool, neat little trick. If you have an iPad and you have the white square wall charger, get yourself a USB cable, because you have an extra wall charger without spending $30 to Nintendo. It works just the same. I've compared both of them, and both of them give me the same amount of charge and battery life. So just a little pro tip, save yourself $30. Still, number 3, on my list is a portable battery charger or a wall charger. Number two is weird. This is number 2 on the list of most essential accessories I think you can own for your Switch, and it's this guy here. It's just the weirdest looking thing, but actually this is fully collapsed. So this is actually the Nintendo Switch play stand. Now this here is made by Hori. They make a lot of different things. I know screenshots and cases and other things like that. I think actually, nope, that was not by them. But anyways, this guy here is super clutch for me. I don't like playing my Switch on my TV itself, because I feel like the joys and wonders of owning my Switch is that I could watch Ballers, or I could watch Shameless, or I could just watch anything I want to watch on Netflix or on HBO or whatever I'm watching. I can watch those shows, or kind of watch those shows, and play my Switch at the same time. So if you have a significant other who wants to watch TV but you want to play the Switch, this guy here is clutch. And reason why it's clutch, because sure, you could play your Switch like this, and then you're holding your Switch in your hand and you're playing like this. That's cool. But if you have the number one essential item I think you could purchase for your Nintendo Switch, you're gonna need this play stand. The play stand is also pretty cool, because if you have that extra wall charger or a portable battery charger, this allows you to charge the Switch and play it at the same time in tabletop mode. Nintendo was nice enough to add a kickstand to the back of the Switch. However, you can't charge it unless you have it propped up some way, and this here will do it for you. Of course, you could save yourself $13, because that's how much I paid for this, and just make it yourself out of Legos or whatever. If you have that very creative mind, I'm not that type of person. I'd rather pay the money and just have it there. But yes, number 2, Nintendo Switch play stand or Legos, give or take. So number 1, I think I kind of foreshadowed to this, but number 1 for the Nintendo Switch essentials list, that is hard to say. Number 1 is the Pro Controller. Absolutely, hands down, the Pro Controller. Now, you can be that guy that purchases an extra pair of Joy-Cons, because you can't have too many Joy-Cons, I guess, but the Pro Controller is where it's at. The Pro Controller is awesome because it's super comfortable. You can put it in tabletop mode, boom, 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 there you go. Or you could hook it up to the TV, put it in the dock, there you go. This here is going to be your option for comfortable play for hours and hours and hours. This thing here, I've charged it once since I purchased this back in March. One time that I charged this. Now again, I do play in handheld mode quite often, so results may vary. But this guy here for $70, Yes, I know it's more than a PlayStation 4 controller or an Xbox controller. It's, yeah, whatever. Nintendo is new. This is a new controller, so you got to pay the premium price for now. I'm sure it'll go down in the future. But this guy here, to me, is the most important purchase you can get for Nintendo Switch. Especially if you want to, say, beat your friends in Mario Kart. Or play Mario Odyssey for hours and hours and hours until your eyes bleed. Because that's what I plan on doing. But still, the Joy-Con grip, I'm not going to sleep on it. It does work. I did play a lot of Zelda with this guy here before I picked up my Pro Controller. And honestly, it's handy, but the Pro Controller is definitely what you want to get. Now, that is my list. I have 5 things that I've just shared with you. First one I shared, I'm going to go 5 to 1, is the glass screenshot. You get 2, share with a friend. The second thing, or fourth thing, I'm really bad at this, is an SD card. 128 gigs is what I have. You can go higher, you can go lower, depending on your purchase habits, or if you're not even into digital media at all, just get yourself a nice travel case. That blue and white Sheikah slate looking thing, that is pretty cool. And I think it's only like $20. So that's a good option. Carry all your cartridges with you. The number 3, I'm going to go ahead and let you remind you, it is the portable battery charger. Now, the portable battery charger, remember, Ravpower is the one you might want to get. Or, of course, just get an extra wire cable. Don't forget about the iPad charger as well. And number 2, this little guy here. It's so cool, and I like to do this all the time. Get different viewing angles. This here is the Nintendo Switch Play Stand by Hori. This guy's awesome. Tabletop mode, charger switch, number 2 on my list. And, of course, number 1 on the list is the Pro Controller. I can't stress this enough. Get a Pro Controller. Now, that is it. That's my list. Those are 5 things. I know there's things that's not on that list that you may think are higher or you think deserve to be on this top 5 list. If it is, let me know in the comments below. If I just completely blew it and my list is garbage, put your list in there. I'd like to see, because, I mean, I'd like to have another excuse to buy more stuff for my Switch. That, you know, I can't go wrong with that. But with that said, that's all I have, guys. I'm going to do more of these videos, possibly PlayStation 4 next, or maybe my iPad. I'm still trying to figure out and get some things together that I really, really think are essential. So, again, this is the end of the video, and this is where I pander to you guys. Please subscribe. Definitely share us. Again, this video could be very helpful to newcomers to a Switch. So if you already have one, share this video to a friend who just got one. Again, give them that glass screenshot. Don't be a jerk. Okay? And then also go ahead and follow us on Twitter. That's at Media Junkie Vids. That's VIDS. Go ahead and interact with us there. We have fun on Twitter. And then, of course, we got that Facebook page. It's facebook.com/official Media Junkie. No S at the end. And I think that's it. That's all the social stuff that we're on. Of course, just share our channel. If we inspire you to make stuff, share your content that you made. We just have fun, guys. Media Junkie here is basically going to be as many things as we possibly can. We're interested in making the content, so I want to make sure that you guys are enjoying it. Also, yeah, I can't think of anything else. I think I've pandered enough. You guys have a great day. Enjoy your Switch. Get that Pro Controller. I'm out. Bye.